Hey, I'm Mindy Kinnis. This is the Daily Rage. The stock market just closed for the week in kind of a lackluster way. We did have some good moves, though, over the last few days, so at least there was something to work with. Today, not so much. So let's get our targets into their proper places for going into next week. As always, these work on the micros and the minis, so whichever your preference, they will work for you. Okay, so high side targets. This is the micro Dow, by the way. Again, also goes the same for the Dow. Just update that first one, and this can stay as target two. We can flip flop these guys, make that target one to the short side. This, I don't know what that's doing there. Kind of a random line. Okay, that will be target two. Moving on to the micro S&P or the S&P. This one's actually looking pretty decent. We did crash through both of those high side targets, so not bad. Next destination is here, which is not terribly far away. Don't think it'll get there today, but you never know. So that'll be target two, target one for the short side here. And let's just go here. That's a little gap situation, so that would finally close that if that were to come back down. We'll see what happens. As this works its way up toward the cloud, there may be too much overhead resistance here, but we will wait and find out. Micro NASDAQ looks very similar. In this case, this target one would be here. And target two, now we're talking cloud area. So again, very, very important to watch in those areas, see what's going to happen. This will be target one to the downside only if it gets itself turned around and headed back down, obviously. And we'll do the same type of setup here just to fill that gap from here to here. As for the Russell, looks more like the Dow as usual. Not that much going on. So target one will be right there. Target two, I mean, technically would be here, but that's really close. So we'll just go on up for this next one. As for low side targets, we'll take this one. We can scoot this one down to here. Or if you like a more pure type of spike down, this turning line down here could be your target two. Let's move on to the crypto. Wow. All right, back above the daily cloud. This is amazing. I was definitely not expecting that. Okay, fantastic. So we look at that though. Whoo-wee. Resistance from here, almost exactly where we hit today. All right, so because that's so close, then let's just stair step this up by one. So that'll be your first target. And this will be target two to the high side. That looks great though. I'm super excited for those of you that trade this thing. A while back, I was saying, I don't know anyone that trades this. As it turns out, a lot of my students do, which I was surprised to hear. That'll be target two only to the downside if it gets itself turned around. Okay, ETH, different story altogether. This one is not doing quite as well. However, the good news in this case is it is above the turning line and the standard line. It is above the parabolic SAR. So, like, there's potential, but we still have to deal with the overhead resistance of the cloud, of course. So that one is right there. So let's do this. Let's use this one and then this nice little fractal right there. As for the low side, we can use that little spike. This is just too small. All right, let's move that just a scotch down. And this one can basically stay right where it was. We'll just move it up. Okay, moving on to the metals. Gold had a bit of a pullback this week, which again is totally expected because it's been at all-time highs. We did bust through both of our upside targets. So let's just do this up here as that'll be target two, obviously. And this, let's go with that one. That'll be target one. As for the short side, we almost made it back down to the low from 2 days ago. So I'm just not even going to worry about that one. This will be target one. This will be target two. Silver is just such a crazy chart. I mean, these two candles right in here, these big red guys, oh, that just is crazy. So what did we do this week? We worked our way out of the daily cloud. We did hit that first target, then couldn't sustain it, fell back in. And as we have talked about many times in the past, support becomes resistance, and resistance becomes support. So you could have made money to the upside from this target from last week going up and then used it as your short target and still made money again. I love when that happens. Okay, so this is going to be target one, back up top to this little shelf level here. That can stay as target two. Target one to the short side, let's flip flop these guys, bring this way up here, and let's bring this one up a scotch as well to there. Wrapping up the metals with a little copper or micro copper. This one looks sort of similar, although we had a nice bit of recovery. You can see a long tail on that one, the wick. So let's make target one here, and that you could have an intermediate target around 5.03. We can keep this one up here at 5.14 as our official second target. All right, we're just going to use today's low just because of how much wick is on this thing. So it would have to do some work to the short side, let's say, to get back down there. So that'll be target one. This can also come up. Let's make this easier for you guys. That'll be target two. Micro crude got a little stuck this week, just right in this little section. Isn't totally decisive what it's doing. So that'll be target one. This will be target two to the short side. As for the high side, let's go here and bring this down. We will call that good. I wanted to let you know that Peak Performance Trader starts tomorrow. Yay, I'm so excited. You do need to sign up within 9 hours and 46 minutes from this recording. Also, if you haven't yet had a chance to check out the webinar replay, that is here. That will also only be available until midnight tonight. That's Mountain Time Zone. I'd love to have you join us in Peak Performance Trader. Like I said, tonight is the last time to grab that. And on top of that, this is the last time that you'll be able to get my course, The Last Trading Coach You'll Ever Need, completely free. Why? Because I am giving it away with your purchase of Peak Performance Trader. So you're basically getting like two awesome courses for the price of one. I'll link you over to this page so you can check it out, see if it's the next best step for you and your trading goals. I'm Mindy Kinnis. Thanks so much for watching.